Friday, 6th of March, 2026 at 4:38 p.m. here in Amsterdam, North Holland, the Kingdom of the Netherlands. Welcome once again to our cosmic journey. This is your Dev and Design podcast featuring two springtime boys, fresh in bloom and full of pollen. I am your pollinator designer, Jake. He is your other pollinator, the engineer, Trey. Hello, Trey.
Hello, Jake.
We have decided that, don't even. Okay. We have decided that because all of a sudden it's been nice weather here in Amsterdam.
Like a switch got flipped.
That the switch got flipped and all of a sudden everyone wants to hang out, which is great, but we have to do a bunch of errands this weekend and we will be skedaddling to a place that is probably colder and not less accommodating or friendly, but probably not what's happening here in the Amsterdam environs.
I have a question about the Kingdom of the Netherlands.
Let's ask a question about the Kingdom of the Netherlands.
If or when the current king, abdicates, which is generally what happens, then the next in line is the king's eldest daughter, whose name is
Catherine of Orange.
Catherine of Orange. She's of Orange because she technically is the ruler of...
it's the whole lineage from when
we talked about it before.
Yeah,
it's very cool.
Anyway. Netherlands was part of France and that was given over from the English and then, fine, William of Orange, got it. Yes, but please keep going.
Yeah. So Catherine of Orange will become the queen. Does the Netherlands become a queendom?
Ooh, good question. That is a good question for future Jake, future Trey, and the good viewer. Hey, good viewer, anyone who knows regnal policies in introductions to podcasts, let us know in the comments below. We would really appreciate it. Obviously, we're having a lovely time here
it's beautiful.
With enjoying the springtime and everything. So we're going to do this video then pretty quickly to get everything done. Today's episode is called the Urania Cusp. We're going to talk about where Trey is at with his sync status. And we'll say goodbye officially to Urania. If you don't know what Urania is, tune on in. You'll just learn a little bit.
We're not saying goodbye to Urania.
We're saying goodbye.
Jake hates Urania.
But before we get to all of that, before we get to setting ablaze the piece of software that deserves nothing but scorn and derision, let's first, of course, start with the check-in question. Mr. Henry, are you ready for it?
I'm ready. Hit me.
Okay. We are in springtime. Things are pollinating. Things are blooming. I would like to know from you, Mr. Henry, what is blooming for you spiritually, not physically, in your life right now?
Spiritually blooming.
Spiritually blooming.
I think we talked about this before, but we will have our museum cards soon, which gives unlimited access to, I think, any museum in Amsterdam.
I think most of them.
Most of them, any of them that participate. And we are just down the block from an amazing quote unquote museum, which is called, is this for the card?
This is it. Find every museum you want to visit.
Yeah.
There's 10 great museums in the Leiden area, but you know what? Beyond that, so many museums. You can find a museum. How many museums are there?
I want to go to the Life Science Museum.
There are 508 results for museums.
Yeah, that's amazing.
But what about exhibitions? Look at all this. We can go to the Tilda Swenton one.
Yeah, that's true.
My God, that'd be amazing. It's only €5 with the museum pass. See? Anyways.
Wait, why do we have to pay? I thought it was free.
Well, it's an exhibition and Tilda Swenton needs the cash. I don't think the Narnia movies worked out for her so well for the residuals. That's the problem.
Yeah, so anyway, we're going to get our museum cards and then we will be able to go to unfettered access to the Embassy of the Free Mind, which is just down the block and is a sort of hermetic library. You can look it up online. It's very, very cool. And we haven't really been over there that much because we would normally have to pay in order to get in because it's technically a museum. But as soon as our museum cards get here, then we'll be able to just hang out there whenever we want. Literally every day, if we wanted to.
Literally every day, this could be yours. 750 years of Amsterdam at the House with the Heads, Embassy of the Free Mind. Become a friend. We're already a friend. Why not be a patron instead? So you are looking forward to building up your spiritual pollination through museums, whatnot. Yeah. Love that.
Yeah. How about you?
I think for me, I want to get back to reading, which is, kind of a boring answer, but that's okay. Like, I'm very excited about going to the museums and everything. There's like a glassblowing museum. There's a yarn museum. There's like several yarn museums, by the way. I'm very excited about all of those. But on those train rides to those places, wouldn't it be nice to take a book along instead of watching garbage television? And I am watching Love is Blind, of course. And that is
your brain.
the opposite of spiritual pollination. That is what do they call that? Bed rotting. That is spiritual bed rotting right there.
I have a question.
Thanks to the youth for that one. Yes, of course, Mr. Henry.
Do you have any books in mind that, or lined up, that are going to be your spiritual pollination books?
Good question. Let's check out the old Remarkable and take a look at what is on my reading list. Oh, actually, maybe I should go to the content. This over here, over there is known as you would think after 129 episodes, and then Trey, of course, can't realize that he can point with his other finger. Feel free to use your other hand.
No, you have to use the one that's closest and the most awkward.
Over there. This is what's called the content river. So, I mean, there's things that say that they're in progress. Oh yeah, primary directions. Boy, I really do need to get back to that. And annual predictive techniques. Yes, there are things that are very work related here, but there's a bunch of books that are in this column here. Hopefully nothing too embarrassing and showing up here. I'll have to blur them out. That is super fun. And this is not just books, by the way, but like, Captain Disillusion's pretty amazing. Learn copywriting in 76 minutes. 76 minutes?
That's a very specific number of minutes.
It's because it's a YouTube. It's a YouTube thing. That's why. It's 76 minutes of a YouTube video. And I want to learn copywriting. But anyways, that's not all reading. There's a bunch of books in there. They're going to be fantastic. Books and museums. That is what spring is all about. Friends, come to us and go to a museum with us.
Yeah, you can knock on that door that's right behind you.
You can knock on that door right there. You can go like that. But use not your index finger because you'll hurt it. That's really bad.
Yeah, it's really pokey on the outside of that door too. There's lots of texture.
Yeah, there's lots of texture out there. Good check-in, everybody.
Yeah.
Good check-in. Let's talk a little bit about why Urania is the worst piece of software that has ever been made. Urania is Trey's old tool from, I think you made this in 2020. I think it was like May of 2020. I want to say that you finished all of this, where Trey is the type of person that when he wants to learn something, he will do it by building a tool. And he built a really good tool called Urania that was there to help mostly with his practice around electional astrology. It's very good at kind of moving fluidly through time. It's not so good at respecting different house systems and different ways of doing aspects. But Trey always had the vision after creating, I think 1.0.4, if I remember correctly, for creating something that was a little bit more nuanced, involved, and I don't think he cared about this, but well-designed. That's where I cared about. And that's where Cosmic was born. We said, look at this beautiful piece of software that you made. Let's take this little duckling, and when the nerdy girl in the movie takes off her glasses and then all of a sudden she's beautiful and she put down her hair, that's what we're doing with Urania. Like, take off your glasses, like, you're beautiful. So that's
what a reveal.
What a reveal. That's what we did with Cosmic. And in order to show you what this is going to look like, now, not now, but very soon, when you go to Urania.app. Is it this? It's this way. Let me talk to the screen this way. Oh, it's over here.
Yeah.
Here, let me talk to you. Hello, Mr. Henry. When you go to Urania.app, you will then be forwarded to this page, which tells you astrology is made, astrology made for magicians. And now you get to go through a new thing that's about Cosmic. I just wanted to move that out of the way so I could actually scroll. We talk a little bit about the things the value propositions or the value pillars of Urania and how those actually manifest in Cosmic as well. And you might be like, well, that looks really dark, Jake. Maybe we should do something in a light mode. I gotcha.
So glad you asked.
So glad you asked, random viewer. Oh, look, all of the images go into the light mode as well. So it even teaches you that, like, yes, there is light and dark mode here. And about how you can do all of the wonderful things that we have built into Cosmic for you all. And then we want to, of course, talk to you, so help shape the next generation. And, Trey said, Urania's not dead. Well, it's true. If you click this little link at the very, very bottom, yes, in fact, you can go and download 1.0.4.
The last release of Urania.
The last release of Urania, which was on...
It's been a while.
It's been a while. Probably sometime in 2021. But yeah, you said, Yeah, this is, you said May, oh no.
This was the very, very first prototype that I made.
Yeah, it was in 2020. You know, in the middle of COVID, an experiment was born. Urania started out as a weekend programming experiment to see if casting a wheel chart in real time with more modern programming techniques was possible. The answer?
Yes.
Resounding yes. Well done. Okay, anyways, Urania is dead. Long live Cosmic.
There are a lot of people in France that are going to be very sad.
Not when we start localizing Cosmic into French and then we have a great blog writer write a blog post about Cosmic in French.
Yes.
Wouldn't that be great?
Yes.
Hey, if you can speak French natively, let us know. We would love your help in localizing the software.
For which we will pay you nothing.
We can pay you the same salary that Trey and I.
You'll get the founder pack.
You get the founder pack. I hope you like ramen. The founder pack is here. Mr. Henry, do you want to talk a little bit about your agony and ecstasy when it comes to sync this week?
Continuing to work on sync as a feature, and it is mostly still plumbing. We now have device registration fully implemented, which is very, very cool. It's really neat to be able to log in from multiple different browsers on the same machine or log in from multiple different machines with the same account and to see those show up as devices that are synced on the server so that we are able to determine like what, different systems need to get different things. So the other thing is that this isn't implementation, but is actually design. We spent some time this week, Jake and I, discussing how we make the application work while we're in the interim zone of some people having the current system, which gives you this first run experience that everybody has seen that uses the product today, and then our new sync system, which requires you to sign in with your account or create an account and then automatically start syncing for you. It's a very different experience, and there's like no import at all. And so it's just a very different thing.
Yeah, it's like no import by design, right? So it's a little bit funny, but that's okay. Like we're in that pre-release thing where we're kind of moving through, and this will happen, right? There's a time when like someone's on the old thing, someone's on the new thing, and we have to be very careful about like how we introduce new things and how those will shift or not shift the user experience, all that good stuff.
And I did a bunch of plumbing to clean up some of the implementation that already exists in there that was kind of messy around like the first run experience, so that we're kind of lined up for it, which I accidentally pushed to main. So that's already in there. Hi.
Good job.
Anyway.
Well, it didn't break my Urania page, thank God. My Urania, what I call the Urania bridge. Yes, and it is a rainbow. But anyways, good job, Mr. Henry. I assume our inner circle folks will get this relatively soon. I don't want to promise any dates, but like, hopefully if you are one of the people that said that you would like to be part of the inner circle and you wanted to see this stuff, it will come relatively soon. If you don't even know what the inner circle is, it's our way of giving you the latest and greatest from our brains and our fingers to your eyeballs and your silicon. The way that you sign up for that is write us at hello@cosmic.plumbing. So do that today if you are not part of the inner circle. We would love to have you.
And for those of you who have been voluntold to help us, we apologize.
Yeah, it's okay.
But you have to help us.
But you have to help us. You are spiritually bound by that. Mr. Henry, what should the good viewer do on this hopefully beautiful springtime weekend?
Read a book.
Read a book. Any book.
Start reading a book.
Read a book that's on YouTube. 72 minutes of copywriting. Why not? Be well. Take care. Read books. Children, go touch grass. We're going to see you next week. We love seeing your faces every single week, and we hope you have a lovely weekend wherever day you watch this video. Until then, take care, be well, and auf Wiedersehen. Goodbye.
Bye.